Good morning, woodchucks, and welcome back to another episode of Lumberjack's Dynasty. Is this the last one before the full release that possibly could be this week? I hope so, because I can't wait to get to all the new storylines, all the other stuff that will be added to the game. I am excited for that. Out here grabbing some honey like we always do. Some flowers are wet because I watered them a couple days ago. Since the last episode, I probably have, I don't want to say skipped through, I'm going to say almost a week's worth. Maybe a week, not even quite a week, but somewhere around there. Tomatoes are still not ready. I was kind of hoping they would be ready so I could empty out the greenhouse. I want to leave if they were ready, I was going to leave the greenhouse empty until the full release. Because who knows, you never know if they're going to introduce a new vegetable or something like that to put into the greenhouse. I'll be ready to plant them, but those will be ready pretty darn soon. They should be. Those plants have been in the last stage for quite a while, so another day or so. Honey? No honey. Sunflowers, they're all nice and wet. They're all good to go for a couple more days here. I've been going around to all the stores. I think I spent like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of my money on all the stuff at the stores, like vegetables, eggs, milk, what have you. The pallets here, they are, well, these are saying they're fully dry-ish. The ones up front are like at 3%, so they got like another couple days maybe to be sure. Same thing all these, yeah. So these are all pine and spruce, right? So these are the ones that have been drying underneath the roof. These were like the last ones I put up. Actually, a lot of those are almost dry as well. This one out here, I put out rather late, so that's why it says 17%. And yeah, it's not underneath the roof, but it's drying. So I don't know if they're going to fix that or not. Does it have to be really underneath the roof or not? These are the crates that we put in last episode, so they're down to 16%, so they got like a couple more days before they are dry as well. But this is what I've been doing in between episodes, just going around, gathering up some materials, because I know one of the storylines...
Can I help you?
Yes, I want your eggs and your milk.
Care to trade?
One of the storylines is you need 100 milk and 100 eggs and 100 of something else. I don't remember. I said it last episode though, but that that could be changing. But right now I got over 200 milk and 81 eggs, so I'm getting pretty darn close. But this is what I've been spending my money on. I've been going to these 3 stores. I know I can get eggs at other stores and milk at other stores as well, but these are the 3 stores I go to. I'm not going to travel around to all the stores every day.
Care to trade?
There's a lot of stores you can go to, but these are the ones I'm going to. So I was thinking, what do I not have that I need maybe for when the full release comes out? And I thought about it not too long. I said, well, the only thing I really don't have is I don't have trees that are cut. You? So today we're going to grab our Cobra and go to the property that we bought. I'm going to say like 4 episodes ago, the big property. One of the biggest properties that we have that's in the game. And we're just going to go down and cut down some trees and leave them there. Just because I don't know what I'm going to need for when the full release comes out. Because as you saw, we got plenty of crates of planks ready to go. They're going to be nice and dry. I got plenty... I don't want to say I got plenty of vegetables and all that kind of stuff because I don't know what we're going to need. But I got a good amount. This is what's in my inventory. I got some down in my pantry. One thing I should do is I'm going to go ahead and eat something because I am, as you can see, hungry. What does that give me, 60? You know, I'll have 2 of these. It doesn't really matter. We're all set. There, now 100% food, 99% sleep. We are good to go. So, yeah, the only thing I really don't have is if, say, James, which is our business partner where we're building the cabins for, if he wants to do logs, I'm not going to have any logs ready. So I'm not going to actually bring trees down and put them through the mill and have logs. But at least I want to cut down the trees and have logs ready to go so I can bring down the mill and just process them. Also in the mill, we came out pretty even after all the logs got processed. We're all in the 60s up to 70s on the crates waiting to be deployed. So, yeah, when I go to take these out, it's almost going to be kind of even at some point. Like I said, in a couple more days, these will be all dry, ready to go. And as I showed you, these are pretty much all set to go. Just, a couple more days, like I said, even those, just to be sure. That way, if I start bringing them on down to the factory to make some wood, not wood, but some furniture, yeah, we'll be all set to go. So we're just going to grab our Cobra and head up the street. Do I have another camera angle? I do. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to start stripping that field on down. I thought about planting some more trees because we got a couple lots that are empty. But I thought, you know what, I better leave those empty because what if I have a quest to where, I don't know, what's his name? Logan wants me to plant so many trees. Maybe I'll have to, you know, who knows? So I want to make sure I got lots that are ready to be planted in, which I do have. So I just need to come down here and get some logs ready to go if needed. Now, I really don't know where the property boundary line is up here, so I got to be kind of careful. What's my fuel in this? Oh, 92, so I've hardly used any fuel whatsoever. Let's take a look at the map. Alright, so I definitely got it. It's going to be right across from, I'm going to call it the hardware store, which I have not been to since I don't know when. Who knows? So I haven't been keeping track of what Topless has been posting out there for medias because I'm trying to keep it. I would like to know some things, but also when the game gets full release, I want it to be kind of like a surprise when it comes along. To like, oh, look what they put here, you know. I want to keep some of that surprise in there so when it comes out, it's more exciting to me that way. Well, this is the property that we own. So nothing to it but to do it. So let's come on over here and cut down the pine tree. So I'm not going to go by what the game says I have on here for trees. We're just going to cut them on down. Looks like a lot of pine and spruce. I'm not, from where I'm standing or sitting in the Cobra right now, I'm not seeing much of oak or birch trees at all. And where is this one right here? Oh, and I see one right there, so I'm going to try it here. So I think someone put a comment down in one of the latest videos just like a day or two ago. But for me, as I'm making this video, it's as of like today. They made the comment. So I think they were looking at the dead stumps. So let me hop out of the Cobra. Right here is what, I don't know if that's what, this is what you're talking about, a stump. So this is a tree that we did not cut, and there's a stump here. So if I get up my chainsaw, whoops, nope, I had the chainsaw the first time. Just use your chainsaw on the stumps that you don't have. If you're talking about these stumps here on trees you cut, yes, you have to use a stump grinder on that. And the best way to do it, as I found from almost day one, is if you just drive straight over it. Don't try to back up to it because, I mean, that can work, but I think my best technique, but it's going to be different for everyone, is just drive straight over it. And sometimes you got to give the stump grinder a second. Just get it kind of like over the center as best you can. And sometimes just sit there for a few seconds, maybe 2-3 seconds, and sometimes it'll be like, oh, you want to cut the stump. And it'll finally cut the stump for you. But always leave the stump grinder in the up position. Never put it in the down position. So once again, here is another stump that we did not cut. So just take out your chainsaw and just go ahead and do that. And actually, while we're here, this is how you remove the brush as well if you want. And I'm going to try to slowly but surely remove all the brush from the properties that I have, just to make it easier to see things. So there's another stump. I'll get that out of the way. This steel chainsaw, and that's what it kind of looks like. Looks awfully huge in my hands there. But we're here to cut down some trees and get some logs ready, just in case James gives us a quest of building some cabins. And it's not with planks, it'll be with logs. So I want to be ready, and I don't know, like I said, if we do log cabins, what kind of logs? I mean, are they going to be specific logs? Like I said, I'm not sure if I got oak or birch trees on here. And these dead trees, as I call them, I think it classifies it as pine. Yeah, cut down the pine. So any dead trees you see like that, I think they're all classified as pine trees. It's not going to take us long with this Cobra to go ahead in this episode just to cut down a whole bunch of trees. And that's pretty much what we're doing the rest of this episode, by the way. So if you don't feel like sitting here watching me cut trees for the next 20 minutes or so, it's what we're doing just to get all prepped up. So I think we're pretty much all set as I possibly can be for the full release now. We're all just kind of guessing because they said, I think they said in the stream about a month ago when the release was supposed to happen, they said they were kind of shooting for around the 18th of February, so who knows? And who knows, maybe they'll surprise me. I'm recording this a couple days in advance. Maybe, who knows? The release could happen after I record this video, which sometimes that happens. Happens to be in Medieval Dynasty, I'll record an episode and I'll exit out the game and all of a sudden Steam is like, this game needs to be updated. I'm like, oh sure, I just recorded and I could have done something on the new updates. We're going to have to see if I can drive around here, see if I can find any oak or birch trees. I mean, if it comes to it and there's a quest that needs oak or birch trees, we'll just find some oak or birch trees somewhere and buy that property. I am down below 20,000 because, like I said, I spent like 3,000 or 4,000 on eggs, milk, and all the vegetables at the 3 stores I've been visiting. But we got enough cash where I could buy a piece of property that's got birch trees or oak trees on it. And I would think for the short time I got enough crates of oak, spruce, pine, and birch. Definitely got enough of the birch, sorry, not the birch, but the spruce and pine, because those are the ones underneath the roof. Got plenty of those. And I thought about painting this Ponzi, but you know what? I think we're going to keep the Ponzi equipment the same color that it should be. Painting a different color in this game does not seem right. If this was Farming Simulator, I'd be like, oh yeah, what kind of weird color can I go with? Just to be different, but in this game, I want to kind of keep it where it should be. Yeah, this Cobra sure has made cutting down trees on properties a little bit easier. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun at first when I first started playing the game and it was like cutting down trees with a chainsaw and then de-limbing the logs and all that. It was fun. But after a while, and you're trying to get work done and you chop trees down and they crisscross one another, and now that I have this, it's like, would I go back to the chainsaw? I said it would at some point. I thought I would need to use it because I wasn't sure if the Cobra would be able to handle some of the hills, but it seems to do rather well. Alright, I want to check the map after this tree just to see if the map says that there's anything other than spruce or pine on here. Did I just get... Oh, I got another one of those magical trees that keep growing back, huh? We'll cut it again, see what happens. Okay, but I got a log. It seems like when you get... Oh, look where that log is. When you get a log on the Ponzi, it seems to really... You know what? Peanut, how about if you get out? Can I get out? I can't even get out of the cab right now. There we go. And when a log gets on here, it has some issues. Actually, you can see where the stump is of the tree I just cut. Is there going to be another one here after I cut down this one? No. So there's just 2 stumps. Or 2 trees where I cut down here. Alright, so if I go to the map, does it tell me... It says I got 24 birch and 45 spruce on here. Doesn't say I have any oak. I mean, birch trees should be rather easy to find. But as we found out, I've been keeping track on the base forest that we have. Those totals, the number of trees are correct, but what type of trees are out there are usually not quite correct. I'm not seeing a... Well, do I own a cross that way? Is that a floating solar panel? What the heck is that? Yep, that's a floating solar panel. Hello. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty much at my property boundary line, so I'm not really seeing any birch trees around here, which is fine, like I said. Hopefully they get that kind of squared away, so, you know, maybe part of my problem is this save is from day one of Lumberjack's Dynasty. So if I were to restart, maybe the maps will be correct in saying what type of trees are on what property. Like I said, the total number of trees on the property are correct. It's the type of trees that don't quite equal out. To me, it doesn't matter at this point. Like I said, if I need some birch trees or oak trees for logs, we'll just buy a piece of property that's got them on there. But we should be pretty much all set to go if full release does happen this week. And like I've said before, whenever whatever day the full release is, you can pretty much expect a video of Lumberjack's Dynasty the next day to bring you all the new content. I would like to be able to do it the same day, but usually I'm at work when the updates come out, so I have to wait until I get home and then record a video, then upload it. So it'll be the next day. So I'm kind of interested to see maybe what kind of new equipment might be in the game. I mean, pretty much what I'll do is when the release comes out, I'll have a quick look at the patch notes. Probably run around to the, well, it's only 2 stores, but run to 2 stores and see what kind of equipment is out there that we don't have yet. That would be interesting to look at. I may not be able to buy the equipment right away because we'll have to make furniture first. Alright, so I can't go through that bush. But as you saw, we got plenty of pallets, dry pallets, to bring on down to the furniture workshop. So we'll be able to make tons of furniture and sell it. So bringing in the cash won't be a problem. But we already got all the big equipment as of right now in the game. I mean, we got the Cobra and we got the Bison. I know some of you said you've bought both the Cobra and the Scorpion and a couple of Bison. To me, one of each is suffice. I don't mind driving them around. It's not like you've got to drive too far. But if you're going hardcore at the game and you got all the cash, you got to spend it somewhere. Of course, one of the first things we'll be doing on the full release, the one things I will be doing in the first episode is, well, we're going to get some chickens and cat. Well, I hope to get chickens and cows, but apparently in this game, unlike Farmer's Dynasty, there's not going to be an agricultural store. You have to buy the chickens and cows from NPCs around the map, and you got to have a pretty good rapport with them. So I don't know if I'll be able to buy them or not. Oh yeah, and sheep as well. And then of course we're going to go talk to our future wife and chat up with her. Make sure I got some shampoo and lotion on me so maybe I can have some gifts. Probably won't be the first day I'll be able to handle the gifts. Oh, it's going to be a fun day when we do the job of coming up here with a stump grinder and clearing out this forest up here. The one thing I hope is in the full release that I haven't heard of yet is a different kind of stump grinder, or if they improve the stump grinder that we currently have on how it grinds up the stumps. Let me rephrase, it grinds the stumps great. It's a matter of the trigger area, I guess. It kind of triggers me sometimes. Now don't knock down the solar panel. This is definitely a spruce tree, just because I didn't see what kind of type of tree it was when I went up to it, but being how long it is, if you wonder what I'm talking about, when you go up to a tree with a tree harvester, it will say And you've probably seen it before. If you haven't noticed, it'll say cut down spruce. It'll tell you what type of tree it is. Actually, there is a birch tree right across the road, but I don't own that property, so... Just to make sure. No, I don't own it. I own this little piece here, but that birch tree is actually on this forest right here. So I'll keep that in mind. Actually, is that a... There is a log up in the trees as well. That should... I don't know why that log is there. Don't know if you can see it up there. Because I haven't cut down any trees around here. Let me just get close. How much would this forest be? Yeah, it's only 5,500, so I would be able to afford that one. Not too expensive. So I might do a few days here between this episode and, like I said, hopefully for the full release. Just make sure I got enough eggs and make sure all the pallets are dry in the dryers. And also the tomatoes are done in the greenhouse as well. I won't harvest or collect all that stuff. I'm just going to leave it there. And if the full release doesn't come, then next week, well, then we'll have a lot of options to do for work around here. But the other reason why I don't want to bring these on down to the mill yet, because I'm getting kind of full on bark. Now, I would like to sell the bark, but it says the same thing like it does for the wood chip boards, to where we can sell it directly or use it for other purposes. And I don't want to sell my bark and then find out I may need it for furniture or who knows what. Yeah, so this tree harvester, like I said a long time ago, after I bought it, how fast it cuts down trees. I said, yeah, you can zip through a forest here in no time. And maybe between episodes, I will probably come up here and maybe cut down some of these shrubs and bushes. And right there. So I think we're going to have plenty to do when the full release comes out. Plenty of storylines. We got some skills that we have to, of course, take care of if they're all still in the game when the full release comes out. I'm really interested in the repair one to see what they actually do there. I don't know if it's going to be animated. Am I going to have to go to a store to buy parts for the vehicles? And I'm kind of hoping even like the new equipment that we have, like this here, that we have to do maintenance on it once in a while. But and the other thing I'm also waiting to see is the graphics. They said the graphics are going to be... They're going to improve the graphics. You cut down a tree which does not belong to you. Oops. I figured I just owned all the way out to the road, but apparently I just don't own that tree. Okay. I was like, wow, there's a lot of money being exchanged there. First I thought the money was going up, and I was like, what the heck is that all about? Alright. Luckily, it's not a big deal. I mean, I probably will get most of my money back on that tree anyways. Time I process it at the mill and bring it down to the furniture store and make furniture out of it. That's what you get when you assume. And the engineering button does not help us out in the tree harvester to see where your property boundary is. So before I go and cut, I can't get out of the tree harvester there. Okay, can I get out here? Alright, so I got to get the chainsaw out. No, that tree is mine. I don't know what's up with this car. Are you stuck in the bush? Alright, so where are we? So all these trees are mine. Let's just walk up alongside the road here so I can kind of make sure that they are all mine. Looks like they are. Yeah, I still don't see any birch trees anywhere. But I see an herb here. Berry nail. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, still don't see any birch trees or anything like that. Even though it says I got 22 birch trees left. Still 129 trees on this property? Alright, you say so. Alright, let's go move my tree harvester because, yeah, people driving the cars for some reason. I wouldn't stay there if I were you because the way I am with this tree harvester, this tree's might be able to land on your car. So mostly pine and spruce logs is what I got up here. And I would assume this is mostly if we were to make a log cabin out of logs, I would assume it's going to be spruce and or pine. But there we go. Yeah, and one thing I will say about this tree harvester, it doesn't use much fuel either. That guy decided to stop. Good call, dude. Good call. Let's back on up so he can drive on through, or is he going to sit there? I wonder if it's the logs that he's that's in his way. Now, this is one thing about the tree harvester. If you go too high up from the stump area, it won't cut it. So I'm going to have to go on down here, which is not a big deal, and then turn around. That's a pine tree, you say, huh? Yeah, it could be the logs that's making people stop. If that's the case, they're going to be here for a while. These logs are staying here until I find out if I need them right away or not. If not, then one day we're going to be bringing down a lot of logs to the mill to get processed. Alright, I'm going to bring this up to here. So yeah, even this Cobra can climb that steep hill, which is pretty darn good. I'm going to park it over here. And there we have it. So we got some logs here. Any more herbs around here that I could possibly use? A lot of mushrooms. I should be picking them up instead of buying them. But like I said, it's kind of hard to see when you got all these bushes and shrubs in the way. But in the future, after I get them on down, I'll be able to find all the mushrooms and herbs that I want. Shrubs are on my mind, as you can tell. And I don't want to do too much of this on camera because I know some of you out there do get a little bit of motion sickness, so I won't torture you with that. I do see some more mushrooms. I was looking for herbs, but that's a strawberry. Oh, no, right here. And a mushroom. But yeah, I think I'm pretty well, I don't want to say I'm pretty well stocked up. I think I got a lot of everything. So a lot of the quests, we might just get right to it. As for eggs, I know I'm 20 eggs short, but in between episodes, I'll make sure I get up there close enough to where it wouldn't take much. Yeah, now I'm down to 17,600. How can I lose that much money in a day? That's why I'm going to cut down. The tree doesn't belong to you. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Lumberjack's Dynasty. But until then, have a good one.